It is time for Nana's Southern Fried Pies.
Jasper's in the kitchen with one of his tasty recipes from your Nana. Jasper, this is pretty exciting.
Exactly. When I was younger, my Nana, she used to make these fried pies every time. Then there was a holiday, we had Southern fried pies on the counter, and I used to sit there and watch her make it. All kinds of fillings, such as apple, pear, fresh peaches, cherries. It didn't matter. She even put cannoli filling in some, and they called those casadades, so they were really good. But really, the recipe is quite simple to prepare. It's just an old Southern pie dough recipe. And to make this recipe, you start off with a little bit of flour. I love the local flour. I put a little bit of Crisco in here, a little bit of sea salt, and then just a little bit of that local buttermilk from our friends over at Chateau. We mix this into a nice little dough. And then we just set that aside. I have a dough already prepared here. So I'll just get this dough and I'll roll it out, actually. And when I roll it out, I want to make some nice little circles here. And I want to cut them. Now, you can do little triangles also and fold them up. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's up to you. This is going to be a fried pie. Now, my mother tells me when she was a little girl that they would have fried pies, but her family wasn't that well off, so they didn't have any fillings in them. So it's kind of a sad story to hear that. She said only the rich people used to have filling in their fried pies. I said, what'd you have? She said, just plain old sugar on top. So that's always a good classic story. My friend Rick Eising, he gave me some local pears, and I made a little pear filling for you today. So that's going to be exciting also. Now let's start off with this filling. We have our, well, actually, we start off with our pastry. We have our pie, and now I'll just get the filling and pick out whatever one you want. I brought today some lemon, some apple, and some blueberry. I made a homemade pear one, and you can do that too. If you like, if you have some fresh local fruit in your house, go ahead and use that. Just put that pie filling right on top, and then we just fold this right over. We wet the dough a little bit, put a little bit of water or milk on the outside of the dough, and then we just crimp these edges just like this. And you could do them either with a fork or you could do them with your finger. You know, some of those older aunts and grandmas in the kitchen and nanas, they really know how to crimp those pies and make them look beautiful. I kind of go back and forth. My friend Bubba John down south, he sent me some Hubig pies, and they're real big down in Louisiana. That's where my family actually is from. They're down in Shreveport, and that's where she learned to make this. But I just crimp them over, old-fashioned looking. It's not a big deal. We put them right in that hot oil. You let them fry for maybe 4 or 5 minutes. It doesn't matter. Kind of wait till they get kind of brown. Make sure those edges are really crimped well so they don't really, you don't want none of that oil to get inside. You finish up with some of the most beautiful pies you've ever seen. I have these pies right here. I'll put a little bit of powdered sugar. I know I've been tempting everybody in the studio all morning long with these different fillings, so it's going to be a kind of a surprise. You put a little bit of powdered sugar or a little bit of cinnamon right on top, and you have some great Southern pies. It's really a simple recipe. It's great for the holidays. Choose your own filling, and like I said earlier, my mom didn't have any filling at all. They just put sugar on there, so it's up to you. It's Labor Day. Sit back, relax, have some Southern fried pies, and you're going to have a great recipe in your folder now for future generations of your family. Nana Mirabile Southern fried pies.
Oh. Can we have a bite now?
Oh, you can have whatever you want. I'll bring them over to you.
Thank you, Jasper.
Yeah,
Enjoy.
Thanks,
Happy Labor Day.
All right.